in and watch or whatever, but I just went and checked on my load. It's 7:23. Just came back from checking on it, and they said it was about 60% ready. So I should be out of here in the next hour or two, depending on how long it's taking them to do those picks. So I probably won't be waiting till 3 a.m. and definitely won't be here till 6:30 in the morning tomorrow. So I should be out of here in the next couple hours. I'd say I'll be out of here probably by 9 o'clock, hopefully, and get a jump on this load and get gone. So that's good news. So when I got the phone number to just call them instead of having to walk inside, I forgot that I had the phone number written down that I got from inside. So here after about an hour or so, I'll call them again and see what the prognosis is again. But that's cool. Even for all the sitting I've done, I think I've still been doing pretty good on the paychecks. And I've been double checking to make sure all my loads aren't sitting in the outbox anymore. And I'm constantly discovering little things that I didn't know, little things that I can do with like dock hauler and stuff like that. So things are getting better all the time now that I got the door latch fixed and all that and things like that. And now I figured out I can look up more information through dock hauler by tapping on the one screen, and it brings up more information on those customers and more of the pickup numbers and stuff, which I didn't know that till a few days ago. So I thought that was funny that I had never tapped on that screen before, even accidentally, in all this time. So that was kind of hilarious. So whatever. Every company is a little different. The way they do things is a little different everywhere. But I'm just glad I won't be sitting here for till morning time. Get out of here and get going down the road towards Salt Lake City. See how far I can get. I have no idea. I've probably got my 10 in and then some. And definitely will have it by the time the load's ready and have a full drive shift. So not exactly sure exactly how far I'll make it tonight. I should make it at least to the other side of Iowa, probably somewhere over there by Omaha, somewhere in that neighborhood. So who knows, I might be stopping in that same area of Council Bluffs or something. It'd be nice to make it to the other side of Omaha and make it to like Gretna or something, but I don't know if I'll make it that far. That's probably shooting too much, because I gotta drive. I'll probably be lucky if I make it to out of the other end of Iowa. So I might have to pull over like at Shelby or something. It just depends on what kind of time I make between here and there. I gotta remember I'm further north than and stuff here in Illinois. So, but there's plenty of places to stop and take a 10. It has been raining all day here, and it slowed down, but it's still like kind of lightly sprinkling. And I do need to get on here and check the weather out there in Wyoming area, because I know they've been having some pretty hefty storms out there. See if they're going to have any more big to-do storms. Like I heard they had to shut down 80 on both sides of Salt Lake City a few days ago. So hopefully that's over with. So things are going good. I am able to continue to pay debts down. That's the important thing. Making enough to make all the bills plus and have some left over. So that's how I was able to buy the new CB and restring it and do all that. Now I just gotta get some money up to go to the CB shop, because I have no idea how much they charge at a CB shop. Does any of you know how much does anybody know how much a CB shop costs to just kind of look it over and test, just see what kind of range you're getting and all that kind of stuff? I have never been in well, that's not true. I was in a CB shop like 20 years ago probably, and actually talked to somebody, and they were talking about things they could do to the CB I had at the time. But how many of you have been in a CB shop and know what the pricing should be for getting things tested out, and maybe see if they can string this a little bit better instead of me having all this duct tape jazz to keep it in line? And I haven't re-zip tied it down to the handles and stuff, because I'm kind of hoping here soon I'm going to go into a CB shop and they'll be able to do that. I'm just not sure which one I want to stop at. There's one in Altoona, there's one in Iowa 80 in Walcott, and then there's a few others along the way that I could stop and talk to.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Well, I've been sitting here 6 hours and 49 minutes. I have 10 hours and 45 minutes left on my 14. I still have 36 hours and 19 minutes left on my 70. And let me see. It's a 19-hour and 3-minute drive. To the to there, and I have, yeah, so I'm good. I'll have to get a 34 either along the way or right after I deliver somehow in there, and hopefully they give me enough time to do a 34 on the way back, coming back, so that'll be good if I do that. So I know when I was doing that Streetsboro, Ohio, out to Salt Lake City and back, I pretty much had to do a 34 at each end of at least once during each trip, because of how long it took to go from Streetsboro, Ohio, all the way to Salt Lake City. I was almost completely out of hours by the time I got to the other end, or pretty dang near close. So Give them about another, check back with them in about an hour and see what the prognosis is since they were 68% along. Hopefully they'll be done and I can get going and get out of here and get some drive and get out of this Chicago land area and get headed towards out west. So pretty much just wanted to kind of fill you guys in of how that was going, because I know I was kind of complaining about that earlier, that I was going to have to sit, but things worked out. That's why I always come to the shippers and receivers early. I always go early, and if I can sit there, I will. You know, that's why I set myself up on the truck, so that all I need to do, as long as I have a bathroom facility, I'm good. I got food, microwave, TV, phone. I can play games. I mean, sleep, eat. The only thing I have to make sure that I have is a place to go use the bathroom, and I'm good. So that's all you really need. Get yourself set up on the truck so you're not dependent on sitting at the truck stop. Do I have a referral code? Not that I'm aware of. Probably just give them my name if you're gonna come over here to Bay Bay. So I don't know. I mean, I have had to sit sometimes, but my paychecks have been pretty decent for take home. But I don't take the company insurance, which is a big key there. I give money to my wife for taking insurance through her, because it costs her 300 or 400 to have me on her insurance. So I give her money to cover the cost of me being on her insurance, so that it doesn't cost me the 5 or however much it costs me to be on company insurance wherever I'm at. Most of these companies have sky high insurance. So, and then if you actually have medical issues, you know, I just got a little bit of high blood pressure and stuff, and being 47, now I'm getting into that where they're going to want to do all these stupid tests that they do when you start approaching that 50 mark. I just had to do one of those colon tests. So it was either do the colonoscopy or poop in a container and mail it off, and I chose to do the mail it off option, and I did that one yesterday or the day before. It was the day before yesterday. But this part of getting older, one of those things that we all got to deal with. Well, as we get older, we start having to see the doctors more and stuff like that. When we're younger, we try to avoid the doctors like the plague. You know, even things that we probably should go see the doctor for, we will try to take care of to the best of our ability on our own, and we'll try to avoid going in. But when you get older, you got to start going in there. It sucks. Sucks having to admit that you're getting older. And I'm only 47. I'm still pretty young. But the older you get, the faster time flies. I mean, I know when I was younger, it took every day, it seemed like it took forever to go by. Nowadays, just kind of fly by. Things go by quicker all the time. I think that has to do with, you know, all the responsibilities and all the things that you got to get done in a day, and never feels like there's enough hours in a day to do it all sometimes. And then if you have a house and kids and wife and all that stuff and all the responsibilities that come with that, I mean, that just to never, there's always something that you should be doing. So the responsibilities all the time. If you're just a single guy, the truck driver, responsibilities are significantly less, but you still have them. You still have quite a bit. So for you, yeah, that depends on how you do your insurance, though, depending on what you're taking. If you're just doing yourself, I'm sure you could take the cheapest insurance they got just to meet the requirements. But if you got a family to take care of and stuff like that, I don't know if you're married or what your age is, but if you got a significant other that you can take insurance from them, it'd probably be cheaper. $75 a week. So that's about um, right around 300 a month. And then depending on whether or not you got deductibles to meet and stuff like that, depending on what you take as a health plan. I don't know. We didn't really go over it. My wife looked at it because she's better at that stuff. And she said that the insurance we have through her, she works through a medical facility. Our medical is a lot better than what I'd be paying if we went through here. But we always look to see who's gonna have the best, so that we can make sure that definitely the kids, and my wife has all kinds of health problems herself. She has lupus and all kinds of things going on. She's been sick her whole life. Ever since she was a little girl, she's been in and out of the doctor's office for one thing or another and things like that. So, and me, I'd like rarely ever get sick, but I'm getting older and it's getting to the point where I'm out having high blood pressure and stuff. And I did reverse it at one point because I was type 2 diabetic and with high blood pressure, and I lost a bunch of weight doing keto hardcore. Like how long ago was that? However old that videos back when I was at Randy's was. During that year I was at Randy's, I got down to 180 pounds, and I got off of all medications and all that stuff, and I was just taking care of everything through diet. And then I wound up getting off of it, and I have been struggling to get back on it. It's just, I guess, a frame of mind of getting in the right frame of mind to be stubborn enough to stick with it and do the intermittent fasting. Because after you do it so long, you just get used to it and it becomes like a habit, and you just do it. And it becomes very easy to say no to things, to say no to soda, to say no to heavy carbs like French fries and fried food and breaded stuff and bread and stuff with sugar and just all the carb stuff. You just say no, and then you do little fasts here and there, and it's easy after a while. It takes a little while for your body to adjust, but you do it for 30 days or more, and it gets a lot easier after that. It's just getting through the first 4 to 6 weeks of something new, and it's easy. But That's how you beat, like, if you have type 2 diabetes, keto is one of the best ways to do that. And you got to decide to what level you need to do it. I went hardcore. I tried to keep my carbs down to as much to zero as I could. And I did a few like fasts where I did nothing but drink coffee and tea and water for 3 days straight and didn't eat anything. And it was actually pretty easy to do that because it was the frame of mind. Though you have to be in the right frame of mind sometimes to do things like that. Most of the time I just did the intermittent fasting where I just only ate between 11 and 8. If I didn't eat between those hours of the day, I didn't eat. So that kind of went along with the whole fasting things, because not only does it count while you're sleeping to be fasting, because you're not eating while you're sleeping, obviously, but then any time that you add on to that while you're awake that you don't eat anything or put anything in your body that has sugars in it or fats, you just keep all that out of your system and you'll start dropping the weight like crazy. You'll start losing weight, but the first thing you're going to notice is water retention. You'll lose a bunch of weight and basically it's just water retention in your body, and you got to be careful because it takes like so many weeks into it and you'll lose a bunch of water retention in your body, and that equals like so many pounds of weight. And I don't remember how much it really equaled with. It varies between person, but I saw a significant change in weight. I dropped a bunch of weight like almost overnight once that hit, and I noticed I was slimmed down in the face and in the arms and the legs, but my body was still kind of retaining my body was kind of retaining weight at that time. So you gotta you just gotta keep with it and you will lose the weight. And if you just got type 2 diabetes, you can reverse that shit by doing keto or something. You just keep the carbs down low and limit your meals, and it'll happen. Problem is, most people don't have the willpower to not just eat all the junk food. Because if you think about it, how many of us are constantly reaching to eat or drink something throughout the day and munching on junk food and stuff? We all like have snack food and sodas and stuff. We always have a beverage that's usually got some sort of sugar in it, depending on who you are. You'll have a soda or snack food near you and be just stuffing your face, drinking and stuffing your face just every so often. So if you wonder why you're overweight, ask yourself how much you're putting things with sugar or carbs. Anything with sugar in it or anything that is carbs that will turn into sugar in your system. So it worked once and it would work again. I just gotta get the willpower back to do it. But I got all kinds of stuff on the truck that are carb heavy. I got ramen noodles, ravioli. Dinty stew isn't too bad. It's just got the potatoes in it. I got potatoes and Need to get off drinking milk, and I've got Oreos back here that I haven't ate yet. I've got to get rid of. I either need to take some of that stuff and leave it at the house, or just get it, ate it up, and be done with it, and then just not buy that kind of stuff anymore and bring it on the truck. And then I won't have the temptations near me. And then I just gotta stop buying. I've been buying sodas here and there in the truck stop, but I don't drink soda every day though. I drink them like every few days or so. So it's not like I'm constantly drinking soda. So um I don't know, man. I just hoping these next couple of runs don't have the sit time on them now. I might have to do that 34 on the way through with the next load though, if they give me the time on it, which they've been pretty good about giving me the time. I'm always got extra time, but luckily I've usually been able to drop things off early and pick them up early. She's still thinking about coming over to Bay and Bay, David? My recruiter, she was out of the Denton location, and I don't remember her name at this point. But she was a real nice lady, and I was originally hired as a regional where I'd be home every weekend, but I had pretty much decided to stay out for 3 or 4 weeks at a time from the get-go, because I'm trying to pay down debts and stuff. And so far I've been able to pay things down. I had a little bit of a hiccup with those 6 runs that I missed that I didn't realize didn't get put through, but I am getting paid. I did get paid for those. I just gotta double check on my emails and watch them better. But I don't know. I just try to make sure I don't mess around and go from one to the next. And so you don't mess around. You go to get from one load to the next. You shouldn't have any problems. And just make sure you're communicating with whoever your dispatcher is. And depending on how well you communicate with your dispatcher will depend on how things go. And if your dispatcher isn't working out for you, you can always ask for another one. Billy did. He changed his dispatcher. He went and got the other carry. I have dispatcher carry, and there's 2 carries, and I don't remember which one's which. But Billy went and got the other carry as his dispatcher, and she's been taking care of him. I guess the guy that he had out of the gate as a lease purchase wasn't really doing his job and doing stuff like Bailey thought he should. So he basically fired him and moved over to different dispatcher. His biggest thing is he keeps having trucks with problems. He had the first truck that was in the shop every week, and then he went and changed out trucks like last week, and he says he likes his new truck better, but he has to take it back in because there's a couple of things going on. He doesn't have a cruise control right now in his truck, so he's scheduled to go in. He's probably to the Denton yard by now, or he's probably getting ready to go in there soon. He was heading towards Joplin yesterday, so yeah, he should be getting to down by the Denton yard sometime tonight and be getting worked on tomorrow if he didn't get there today sometime. But he had to go get unloaded first and then go over to the Denton yard. They do got nice trucks. My truck's governed at 68, but I had another driver tell me that his truck was at 70, but he was a lease purchase guy. And he said he has to have his truck at 70 for him to make it all the way home on his run. I guess he does a dedicated line haul or something. And when he goes home, he has to have that extra couple miles per hour to make it all the way home, he said. I'm going to give them another half hour, and then I'm going to call them and see if my load's ready. And see if it isn't, if not ready, like on the brink of being ready, like up in the 90% rate, or like right on the brink. Earlier, another guy walked in and his load was at 99%. So hopefully mine will be ready. And when I got off my last live feed, I did look up on Google Maps this first stop that I couldn't find in my GPS. And I found it. It is, my first stop was like right in that area. It was right off of that one road that I kept talking about. It's off of the 85. It's off the 85 highway near the Mountain View Corridor Road, which is also 85, but it was pretty much in the area I thought it would be, and it looks like it's going to be easy to find. I just gotta when I get down in that area, I'll probably set Google Maps to it, because I think it'll take me right there. And most of the area around Salt Lake City is a pretty truck friendly area in comparison to a lot of other places. There are some questionable streets, but just to get to that one stop, and then the other stop's programmed in to the GPS, and it's only 17 miles up the road from the first stop. And I should be able to get right in there and get dropped off, and should go pretty good. So it's all wet and rainy. It's barely coming down. When I got out to go walk in there to check on my load, it was just little drops here and there, no big deal. There goes K and B. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna hop off here and go work on this other video and see if I like it and see if I need to redo it or not that was working on. And I've got a couple other cooking videos I want to do here over the next couple of days. A couple of them involve my crock pot, and then I've got a corned beef deal with, I have an onion I got to figure out how I'm going to use it. I got a whole onion that's pretty big that I got to figure out what I'm going to use it for. I've got 3 packs of bacon I need to cook up, and the beef brisket, and I need to make that chow mein meal that I was going to make. And I've got a pound of hamburger that I need to cook up that's been sitting in the fridge, and I got to get all that cooked up before it starts going bad. And I need to stop and get some more milk for the cereal I brought on the truck. Try to get some of that stuff ate up so I can start getting back on my diet and try to lose some weight this summer. And hopefully I can find time to do some camping trips, and hopefully I can do some of those with my kids when we get into the summer. Thinking about bringing some camping gear on the truck and maybe camp out a couple places if I'm in an appropriate place to do that. So we will see what opportunities come about as I drive more this summer, and see what changes come about the longer I drive. And hopefully I can get everything taken care of. I've got to get my front deck fixed up. I've got to redo the boards on the top of my front deck, and I think I'm going to tear out my entire back deck and just put a canopy above it, and then just put some those cement stepstones or something on the ground, and just do it that way, and build me some sort of a canopy with some sort of solar lighting. But anyhow, I'm going to let you go, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.